Thank you guys so much for having us. We're with Retail Intel, Phillips Edison. Go ahead and introduce yourselves and take it from there.
Absolutely appreciate having you guys. I'm Pat Hamill, manager of real estate here at Domino's.
How you doing? I'm Matthew Zay. I'm a director of franchise development for us. How you doing?
And this is our pizza theater. So it really showcases the new design. We like to say it brings the fun and excitement of pizza making to the forefront. I mean, as you can see, it's a very open concept where it almost allows the customers to engage. In a lot of our stores, we have what we call the child step. So it allows a child to actually get up on a step, kind of be right over what the slap table is called. So we've got guys who can flip the bread, flip the dough, really like bring the entire customer into the experience. It's a lot of fun. I mean, Matt, we've gone from honestly, 90% delivery. And over the past few years, we're now at 60% delivery, meaning we're 40% carry out. So as far as real estate's concerned, we've become a tenant that not only has a good amount of volume, but we bring a lot of foot traffic to the store. So this design has really helped out. I mean, seating and
if you're familiar with Domino's in the past, we used to probably take the second-rate real estate in a shopping center. So we would probably be on the corner or the very far end of the shopping center, not the end cap, but probably the place that's closest to, the end of the property, not visible at all. So with the investment that we're making in our Domino's Pizza Theaters, we're trying to drive that traffic back into the store and increase that carry-out trend because we are predominantly known for a delivery side business.
So with that, let's just give me your sweet spot on a typical real estate deal. Square footage, location, what type of shopping center?
I would honestly say we like to be between 12 and 1,600. We've been going bigger and better lately. I'd say somewhere between 14 and 1,800 square feet is around our sweet spot. Pickup windows are huge. You think about the fact that you've got a car full of kids, it's winter, especially here in Ann Arbor. I know you guys just landed today. It probably is not that comfortable. You don't want to get out of your cars. The pickup window can really help drive sales and just make the experience a little more convenient for that customer. So we're doing standalones, we're doing inline, we're doing end cap. Any way we can get a pickup window, we love to get a pickup window. We still have to be in the main area of synergy, kind of around our competitors, around other food. You might not know what you want, but you know where to go. At the same time, because we rely so much on our household count, we like to be in the main area households. We have increased the amount of seating. Like I said, our sweet spot's gotten a little bit larger lately. Even if the seating isn't used, it's a welcoming feel. It's kind of nice to have the option if you want to take a lunch break, if you want to go sit down somewhere. On our college campuses, we even have USB ports. We've got free Wi-Fi. We've got bar stool seating where you can sit there, kind of watch pizzas being made, watch the guys throw around the dough while you're knocking out a little bit of work. It's just a different feel than it used to be, and it's really...
For us, it's more of an amenity. We're inviting people into the stores now. So we are putting public bathrooms in all of our stores. We have seating in all of our stores. So if it's an option for you and you decide that you really want to sit down and have, we'll have the seating there available for you.
Every employee knows how to make pizza.
Every employee that
by the end of the training.
Absolutely.
All the way down from guys at the Welcome Center to the CEO has gone through pizza prep school. I mean, I came in, the coolest thing was one of the coaches in here that was teaching me how to make pizza. I'm from a real estate background. I had no idea what went into it. He was from Thailand, and he had guys from all over the nation. And I'm sitting here learning how to make pizza with all of them. It was interesting, and it kind of more or less brings you into the culture and keeps in mind, hey, you might be doing real estate, this guy might be working on development, and this guy might be working on our IT department, but in the end, this is what we're supporting, this is what we're working towards. So it's kind of a cool, recheck where the main core value of the company is.
So let's take you into the classroom.
Let's do it. What's the number one selling pizza in the chain? It's got to be pepperoni pizza. Pepperoni
pizza.
Closely followed by sausage, ham, green pepper.
Really?
And mushroom.
Ham is 3?
Ham is on that list.
So there's 34 million different ways that you can make a pizza based on all the toppings that we have, the crust combinations.
34 million.
So it's endless. But all of the folks that do come in here, this is our classroom right here. So it serves as kind of half class, and then the other half is more of a prep area for food. So over in that area, they're learning how to stretch dough. They're learning all of the proper techniques. They're taking a look at everything from how to stretch it, how to place it, and then what we look for when you actually stretch in dough. So the rim, the crust, making sure that the spread is even throughout the entire thing, the dough's not thin. So they'll go back and forth here for about 4 days, and then we'll open this up here for 3 or 4 hours a day, and then out they go making pizzas. So in 2014, we began the process of re-imaging every store that we have. So we're now at a point where a lot of our stores, a majority of our stores are in the Pizza Theater image. So you've seen the commercials out there today that invite you into our stores. So that's what we've been hard at working for the last 4 years, rebranding the brand from a store perspective.
What brought on the change of the Pizza Theater?
Yeah, so we were for the better part of, let's call it over 10 years, in a image that we called Image 2000. So our stores, if you remember them, you'd walk in and it'd be a 5-foot deep counter lobby, have a counter, it's closed off so you really can't see back into the kitchen. And it wasn't really an interactive experience, and it wasn't reflective of our brand. And you think about all the cool technology that we're coming out with, you'd walk into our stores and our stores didn't reflect the brand and the image that we were portraying on the outside. So in comes Pizza Theater.
What year was that?
So this is 2012. So in comes Pizza Theater. We're testing the image out in specific markets and making sure that it's right before we roll it out. And then Pizza Theater comes out, and it's a more interactive experience. We peel down all of the walls, so now you can actually see into the kitchen, brighter kitchen. So it's not just a customer experience for us. A key perspective that we had is that we wanted to make it even better for our team members, because we felt that we were inviting folks into the stores, and at this point, we've been known for the most part to deliver your pizza. So you'd call us and we'd bring it to you from wherever we are. Now you're actually walking into our kitchen. So for us, it was an overhaul of the entire kitchen, the lighting, the wall finishes, the floor finishes, making sure that our equipment was presentable to the public. And you see what we have outside today. So a major investment for all of our franchises.
And it just finishes off because you completely overhauled the product, right?
Correct.
So originally the brand was all about speed and delivery,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
30 minutes or less, everybody remembers that. And then you moved on to improve the product, in like 2010?
Yep, so we came out with New and Inspired, and almost our entire menu is brand new since that period. So I think it's about 90% of our menu.
Yeah, about 90% of it is completely different.
It's completely different.
When you first start, they talk about a couple different pillars of Domino's. One of them is uncommon honesty. I kind of thought, I'm like, that's really corny. But then you look at the commercial where Patrick Doyle goes on national television and pretty much says, hey, our product is bad. We're going to change it. And that's what he did. And then he totally revamped the interior as well as the actual product. So
yeah. And you think about Domino's, we've been around since 1960. And up until 1992, the only core product that we had was pizza. So in 1992, breadsticks came out. So you think about the entire period of time, over 3 decades. In 1992, we brought in breadsticks. So for a brand that has been around for as long as we've been reinventing ourselves constantly to stay above with that marketplace trends and appeal to all of our consumers and all of our customers.
And to your point, I saw the video where, it's just unprecedented where a brand is honest in the sense where, the product just wasn't living up to the standards of the public anymore, and you guys dug into that and really obviously overhauled the entire menu, which that says a lot about the company, and it takes a lot of guts to do that, but obviously it's paid off big time. So
yeah, and they call Domino's an IT company that sells pizza, because IT is our biggest department here. So they do, even when it comes to the Pizza Theater, they did a bunch of tests as far as, hey, when people walk into a store, what do they like to see? Do we need seating? Is it going to be used? And then we found, as I mentioned earlier, hey, it's an amenity we can offer. Even if it's not used, people like it. We do testing on every product to find out, hey, what product mix is best for us? What do people like most? And really kind of dig in everything prior to making the decision. So.
And to piggyback on what Pat said, IT's been a big thing for us. Marketing's been big for us. The new and inspired pizza's been big for us. But when you take a look at it, there's a lot of things that are kind of core to our business. Ultimately, we do sell food. right? So it is a pizza organization. We do sell pizza. The technology is another way for our customers to connect with us. But one of the other fascinating things is we're a people brand, right? So all of our people that are inside this building, outside of this building, in our supply chain centers, in our stores, our franchisees, we all serve them out of this building. So from a real estate perspective, when we go out there, we're helping them identify the right types of sites and make the appropriate or the most relevant deal out there that we could that's out there for us. So most of our franchisees, 90% of our franchisees start off as drivers. And when they do come through the brand, they have to go through what we call franchise management school. So when you think about our business and you think about all the different ways that you can connect with us, one of the strong pillars that we do like to recognize are the people that we have kind of behind the brand moving it forward.
So just to kind of give you a little bit of a brief overview with Domino's, we were founded by Tom Monahan and his brother. Our very first store was in Ypsilanti, and from there it just kept growing and growing and growing. And it's a little bit of a unique story that has to do with this Volkswagen Beetle here. Is Tom's brother actually sold his half of the business to Tom in exchange for this. But
So the one brother sells half of his portion of the business in exchange for a VW
yep,
Beetle.
exactly. So Domino's logo, you'll see there are 3 little dots on there, and they actually represent the first 3 stores that Domino's started off with.
Interesting.
In Ypsilanti and in Narber. So that's the fun little story behind our logo.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if you're familiar with our DXP. You might have seen it a few
Talk
years
to me.
ago.
Talk to me about the DXP.
Yes, the Domino's DXP is a delivery vehicle that we came up with. It's really cool. It's outfitted with some special features. You'll see there's actually a warming oven in the side of this car that keeps your pizza warm.
So there's an oven inside the car.
A warming
It's a
oven.
one
Yep.
passenger vehicle with a warming oven
It
inside
is.
the car. That is very cool.
Yep, you'll notice the passenger seat has been removed, and it actually is very strategic because there's compartments that are made for our salads, for our side items.
How many
napkins.
pizzas can fit into one vehicle?
Ooh, well, we can fit 2 warming bags.
It says max capacity 80 pizzas. That is amazing. So
Yes.
80 pizzas.
80
in one.
pizzas in there. So it's great for large events. It's nice because typically drivers used to have to go back and forth doing multiple deliveries for a large number of pizzas. And with the DXP, they can just have one massive delivery, make it easy. And this car has a number of features that actually makes a delivery driver's job a little bit easier also. So you can't see now because it's light in here, but this is actually a path illuminator. So when it's nighttime, it projects a Domino's logo on the street for drivers to see where they're going. When they get out of the car, they get to get their pizzas out of the warming oven, and off they go.
Very cool.
This bike here, we don't use this in the U.S., but this is a really good way to showcase. Like, delivery is oftentimes different in our international markets.
Oh, yeah.
So in many of our markets, they actually deliver via bikes like this.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So just as a company, I mean, you may or may not know some of these facts, but so total number of locations. How many do you have?
In the U.S. right now we have over 5,000, and then in the world we have just under 15,000.
Wow.
So from an innovation technology standpoint, I see the kiosk ordering capabilities. I've heard a little bit about some self-driving cars. Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, so one of our big partnerships recently was with Ford, and we right here in the hometown of Ann Arbor partnered up with them to use self-driving cars to deliver pizzas. And one of the coolest things, what we learned about, is not just issues we might run into, such as being boxed in. You don't have a driver in the car to get out and ask the driver behind them to move, but it was also how people interact with the car. We had people coming out, waving at the car. We had people trying to talk to the car. We had, we had people ordering every single day, just hoping that the self-driving car would show up.
So wait, how do they get the pizza out of the self-driving car?
So when the car shows up, you're alerted through your app, or you're called, or you can just see it on your pizza tracker. You walk out and you're able to enter in the code that you were given that's specific to your order, and the warming drawer opens up and your pizza's there waiting for you.
That is so cool. So it's a partnership with Ford that you're testing right now?
Yeah, right now we're testing with Ford. It was actually one of their biggest promotions recently. It's really cool, and I know we're going to keep doing it. That's part of the future, and we're going
Absolutely.
to try it out with, I'm sure, other brands and anywhere we need to be.
So tell me a little bit about the self-ordering check-in kiosks that are in some of your stores.
So kiosks have been slowly tested so far. The wonderful thing is if you're in a rush and you've got everybody behind the counter who's really working hard and you might not notice a customer walking in, you can automatically check in, you can pay, and it'll ding someone behind the counter where then you just need to be handed your pizza and you don't need to do a whole transaction.
So I walk into the store, the kiosk is in the front, it automatically knows who I am because I've got a pizza profile built, correct?
Correct. You'll click on your name, you'll say, I'm here, I'm ready for my pizza. It'll offer you a chance to add a drink or another side to your order, and then you can pay and grab your food.
That is very cool. I love it. Good
Yeah.
stuff, man.
You know, the pizza emoji is actually used, and that is connected to your pizza profile as well. So you can send the pizza emoji and your favorite pizza that you can set as your pizza emoji pizza will be automatically ordered and delivered.
What? So you do that through the app or through a text or what?
You can do it through a text.
So
you
I
have
sent-
to
so I-
download the app, create your pizza profile, and then you can, sitting on the couch, if you're watching the game and you don't have time to place your favorite order, you can shoot over your pizza emoji.
That
and
is really
it's
cool.
headed your way.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm sure Mitzel will really get behind that.
Yeah. We absolutely have the best jobs in the world. We are here with our retail partners, Domino's Pizza in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and we are gonna actually make our own pizzas today. Please give us the introduction. How do we do this?
Okay, so I've heard a few of you have made pizzas before, but making a Domino's pizza is really specific. So we have specific steps I'm gonna walk you guys through, and then you guys are gonna make it yourself. Cool?
Perfect.
So we're gonna start by uncovering the dough, taking this cover tray off. We keep all of our dough covered because if we don't, then it tends to dry out. So that's a really important step for us. We're using large hand-tossed dough today, and we're gonna get it out of this tray here with our dough scraper. So when we're holding the dough scraper, we wanna hold it horizontal to the surface so that we can scrape the dough in a few quick jabs. So I'm scraping the dough here about 3 times and supporting the dough patty to keep it in this circle shape. It's a lot easier to make a circle pizza if we keep the dough ball in a circle. So now I'm gonna move over to the cornmeal here. This yellow substance is cornmeal. It's our best friend today. Why do you guys think that this is so important?
Because it doesn't stick.
Right.
So it keeps it together?
So it doesn't stick to your hands and so it doesn't stick to the surface so we can stretch it. So we're gonna cover it all in the cornmeal. Now,
He
it's
really does like
important that
pizza, huh?
I love it, man. I love it.
It's important that I keep this side up. This is the side that was facing down on the tray. Then we call that the sticky side. So now that I have it covered in cornmeal, I have my sticky side up, I'm gonna start by making our crust, so making a rim. We want it to be pencil thin. So that's number 2 pencil, not like those kindergarten jumbo pencils. So now I'm gonna start by creating this rim, pressing down on the edge. And like I said, we're making that pencil thin rim. You see how it's about the same width as a pencil? So I'm pressing down, twisting, pressing down, twisting. And this is making our crust for the pizza. So now that I've created our rim here, it's pretty defined, I'm gonna start stretching. So I'm right-handed, so I use my left hand to anchor down on the pizza and my right hand to stretch. So I start at 12 o'clock and move down to 3 o'clock when I'm stretching. And as I'm stretching, it's important that I'm focusing on the
Think
outer
Mitzel
edge of the
found his
pizza
future
because we
wife.
don't want the middle to be thinned out. If the middle thins out, then we put the toppings on
Look
and
at
they
him.
tend to sink in the center.
How excited he is.
So we focus on the outside here. Now I'm flipping it onto
Look
our
at that
screen
flip
here.
technique.
Thanks, guys.
That was sneaky.
Now I'm gonna use my spoodle here. Any guesses on what a spoodle is?
Talk to me.
Domino's created this spoodle, so it's flat on the bottom so that it's easier to spread out our sauce. It's a mixture between a spoon and a ladle. Okay, so when I'm holding the spoodle, I choke up on it so I have some more stability. And I'm gonna get a heaping spoonful for our large pizza. And I put it all right in the center here. So now, instead of pressing down when I'm spreading out the sauce, I'm really just pushing outwards. So I'm gonna kind of let the spoodle sink in here, lift it up a little bit, and now I'm just pushing it out.
Beautiful.
And there's a few spaces here that are a little bit lighter. So I take this noodle at the top and I just kind of paint down. So that every bite is the same. And the edge here, you can tell, is about the same size as my thumb, or a penny, is what we relate it to too. So now that we have the sauce on, we're gonna move over to the make line. And we use the slide technique at Domino's. So we're always sliding the pizza instead of the person. Now I'm gonna put 7 ounces of cheese on here. I grab with both hands and I hold it up at eye level. And when I'm sprinkling the cheese, I'm kind of using spirit fingers. Anybody seen Bring It On? I'm holding
Jazz
up at eye
hands,
level.
if you will.
The higher up we hold it, the more evenly it tends to spread out. So I'll just put a little bit more on there. And now on a large pizza, we always, if it's one topping, we put 40 pepperonis every time. So I'm gonna take pepperoni and spread these out now. So we want our pepperonis to be kissing, not hugging. So they can be touching, but we don't want them overlapping. And now we have our hand-tossed pizza. So we're gonna put it in the oven. Go in the top oven here in the middle of this belt. And our ovens take about 7.5 minutes.
Made my life, I swear to you. Yeah. This is what dreams are made of right there.
Oh, good. Great.
Thanks so
Yeah.
much.
Great to meet you guys.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Thank you guys.
Great
See
to
ya.
meet you.
All right, guys. Cheers. First of all, we just had an amazing experience in the Domino's test kitchen. We all made our own pizzas, instructed step by step the dough, the sauce, the cheese. Now we are enjoying a little bite.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks to Pat Hamill very much and the entire Domino's real estate team for walking us through their headquarters and giving us the lowdown on Domino's Pizza. Can you please just tell us a little bit more about your brand, your growth plans, your sweet spot on your real estate deal?
Absolutely, and thanks you guys for coming again. Thanks for making some pizzas for us. Sweet spot right now from a square foot perspective is what we would probably say anywhere between 12 and 1,800 square feet. With a new pizza theater design, we've really found that going bigger is better sometimes. So a lot of our franchisees are going as big as 3,000 square feet. We've got rec rooms, we've got training centers in these stores. But what I like to see normally, and then what our team likes to see, is anywhere between 14 to 1,800 square feet. 1,200 we can make work. It's nice to have a little bit extra seating for those customers, even if they're not using it. It's a welcoming feeling. It's kind of part of what makes Domino's the way we are nowadays. We used to, unfortunately, we used to be in locations that you might consider like a C location towards the back of the center. A space that was really just great for delivery. And hey, we made pizzas, we cranked them out, we were the delivery experts, but at a certain point in time, we realized that it wasn't cutting it anymore. We came out with new and inspired, and now we build these beautiful stores. We've really gone from the 800 square foot inline back of a center to the out parcel. We are building standalone buildings. We have stores we call hero stores, meaning they're just bigger, they're bolder. We've got 2,000 square foot standalone with a pickup window, biggest signage on the block. Franchisees really just take great pride in being that store. But we obviously have everywhere in between. We go inline still, we'll go end cap, whatever makes sense in the market. But the big push is to no longer be in the back of the center. I like to be up front. And I think I mentioned before, we went from 90% delivery a few years ago to 60, meaning our carryout has gone from 10 to 40%. So it makes it easier when we're negotiating with landlords. We're negotiating with, hey, not only will we be delivering and running our business the way we have, but we're going to bring in a whole lot of foot traffic. We're going to run traffic into the center more than ever before, which helps everybody.
Say, just one thing that just shines through here at the corporate headquarters, just the innovation that your company, it's constant innovation, product improvement from a technology standpoint. Where do you see things trending with Domino's?
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll hear our CEO say it's a technology company that sells pizza. So our IT department here at the corporate office is the largest department. We've got the pizza tracker.
That's amazing.
Really,
the IT department is the largest department.
Yeah, it's really cool.
At Domino's. That's amazing.
So innovation is key. came out with a pizza tracker that makes life easy. You can see, hey, my pizza's just finished being made and it's getting put in the oven. And if you walk in a store and you bring out your pizza tracker and you watch it, you can follow it step by step, kind of see where your pizza's happening. I mean, one of the biggest pet peeve a lot of people have is not knowing, hey, when am I going to get my food? You can see, hey, it's out for delivery.
So how do I, just walk me through it, how, is it via an app or you go?
So yeah, if you go download the Domino's Pizza app, or if you even have it pulled up on your computer, you'll be able to track it. And in all of our reimage stores, there is a pizza tracker. So if you do carry out, you walk in the lobby, you can see, hey, Tom S. just put your pizza in the oven. It should be ready in about 7.5 to 8 minutes.
Phillips Edison has a great relationship with Domino's. We can get sites in front of you guys immediately. I think we've got over 20 locations with you guys. How can other landlords put sites in front of you?
Absolutely, and I appreciate you guys and those 20 centers, and I know we've gone through quite a few locations and looked at what makes sense. We made it even easier lately, realestate.domino's.com. Simple as that. There's a submit a site icon. You enter in a little bit of information, hit submit, and it'll automatically plot it on our map and ding the development leader in that territory. So they'll be allowed to click a link and open up and see exactly where that pin drops. If you want to, you can upload a site flyer, a brochure, whatever information you might have on that site. So we can actually just click on a link, see exactly where it is, and provide immediate feedback. Because I know a lot of times brokers, landlords, they'll send out sites and they just never hear back. I mean, I've seen it all the time and it gets frustrating. We want more people to send us more sites. More sites, the better. The better options we can provide to our franchisees. So hopefully this will allow us to provide the fastest feedback and also get in a few centers we might not have known about before.
I mean, again, we really appreciate, Pat, you making the time for us. We're always meeting at ICSCs, every show, boots on the ground. But it's just nice to get up to Ann Arbor, get in the pizza kitchen, hands-on, making pizzas, gain some weight. I mean, we just really appreciate it. This is a dream. I'm telling you right now, this is a dream come true for me.
Dude, we're eating pizza before 11 a.m. Nothing better than that.
That's good.
On a
That's
Tuesday
good.
in February.
Feeding the power possible, one pizza at a time.
There we go. Good stuff.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was awesome. Thanks.
Ryan?
You're the man.
Yeah, thanks for setting this up, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.